You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Most writers and radio show hosts know that to connect with your fans, you need to do more than just write books or record the latest podcasts. There are many different elements that go into forming an online platform, but there are also many hidden traps. To make matters worse, solid advice on how to survive the muddy waters is scarce. In the book Hidden Traps, I talk about some of the important issues of working with an online platform, highlighting traps that could put your physical or internet security at risk or be harmful to your reputation. Are your social media posts just links with a few disjointed words, making you look like someone who can't complete a sentence? Did your new website cost you more than you anticipated? Are you leaking your personal contact details across the web without even knowing it? Then you need Hidden Traps. Hidden Traps is now available in paperback and ebook from a variety of retailers, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Kobo. Visit blackwolfpublications.com for more details.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is. If getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now, 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Sometimes writers feel lost, unsure why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing into full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, offering manuscript critiques and line edits through a mentoring editorial style. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services, visit blackwolfeditorial.com.
You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Maybe it's something in the water. Maybe it's something in the air. Maybe the leaves in the autumn that keep me coming back here. I'm a Michigan girl.
I saw something today in a paper that made me sad. I noticed that there is a cross that has been standing since World War I, and it has been standing there in recognition of certain people, I think about 40, that died in one of the conflicts. My own father was a World War I veteran. He was 61 years young when I was born. And I was very blessed to have him as a dad. I learned a lot of my patriotism from my father, sitting on his knee and learning from him. I will say about my dad that he was one of the most patriotic men that I think I could ever have known. And this patriotism did not come easy for him. He was drafted into World War I at a time in life where you didn't go into war without knowing that there could be very dire consequences. For my dad, it was really hard because he had to decide whether to follow his childhood religion, which would have essentially made him into a conscientious objector, or whether he should actually serve his country. Dad chose to serve his country, and that has made all the difference for me. When I saw that they plan on tearing this cross down, because it is in the form of a cross, it just almost broke my heart. I can't imagine what this world is coming to now. And then I listened to a clip from President Trump, and it reminded me that in World War I, some horrible things happened, and they have happened again here in our time frame. I wonder sometimes if we've really made many advancements at all. Let me get that clip.
During the horror of the First World War, more than 1 million people were killed or injured from chemical warfare. In the aftermath of that horror, civilized nations came together to ban chemical weapons. 2 weeks ago, following Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad's barbaric use of chemical weapons against his own people, the United States, France, and the United Kingdom joined together to strike at the heart of the Syrian chemical weapons program. These actions were designed to establish a strong deterrent against the use of these heinous weapons.
You know that war, the World War I, it was supposed to be, as I was reminded many times, the war that would end all wars. But sadly, it wasn't. How many wars have we had since then? World War I, World War II, and on the list goes. And yet, we are looking at a feasible war again. We just can pray that war does not come to us. But as Trump has said many times, we will stand tall, we will be brave. I don't know that it was in those words that he said it specifically, but it was the meaning behind it that I interpreted. And I just pray that we can avoid war, but by all means, we cannot allow these types of weapons to be used in our world anymore. I know my father paid a price, as did many men, and they deserve to have that horrible memory of what those weapons were like to be put at rest where they will never again be used. Russia warned us of serious consequences if we struck Syria. But folks, I don't see that we had a choice. Otherwise, this could be going into World War III anyway, with using those types of weapons. It's like turning your back on another World War II in essence. I sure don't want to see World War III start. I remember what Einstein said when he said that he didn't know what weapons people would be using with World War III, but he did know what weapons they would be using at the next war, and that would be sticks and stones. I really don't want to go to that mentality if we don't have to. I hope people can learn to get along. Sure doesn't seem possible, though. I guess. Then we have North Korea. Oh yes, North Korea, the quack quack and what does President Trump call him, the little jet man or something or another like that? At any rate, the little quack quack, well, he sure is quackers, but he sure seems like he's not going to give up his weapons. He doesn't seem to have any ideology towards that means, from what I'm hearing. He has finally broken his silence. I have heard that and studied that and what he plans to bring to the table during his summits with the South Korean and U.S. presidents sure doesn't seem to have anything to do with tossing out his nuclear arsenal. Instead, he seems to be maneuvering toward his own big get, the chance to sit down with President Trump on what he sees as essentially equal basis as the head of a nuclear-armed nation. The end of North Korea's nuclear program isn't looking any closer than it was before, folks. Ending weeks of ominous silence, Kim laid out the new strategy at a meeting Friday of his ruling party Central Committee that suspends underground nuclear tests and test launches of intercontinental ballistic missiles. He said the country's nuclear test site at Pyongyang, already believed to be essentially inoperable, that one will be closed and dismantled. North Korea for decades has been pushing a concept of denuclearization that bears no resistance to the American definition, vowing to keep pursuing nuclear development unless Washington offers ironclad guarantees of its security and removes its nearly 30,000 troops from the Korean peninsula. Well, Kim does seem to be more flexible than he has been regarding the troops, but still, I just don't see President Trump going for anything less than a complete denuclearization. But President Trump has changed his mind on many things. It wouldn't be easy to be president in this country and not ever change your mind, I would not think. There's so many different viewpoints and so many ways of looking at things. I wouldn't want to be in his shoes. I do know that for a fact. We can be sure, though, that Kim's tone has changed. It really has. Remember last year, the only messages coming out of him were threats threats of merciless retaliation and warnings of the gathering dark clouds